Before you show me what you're talking about, you know I need a nice house in Fullerton I'd like to move into and buy.
Fullerton?
I don't care. Anywhere west is awfully east here, I think, but anyway, yes.
Where does you work? Where's your husband work?
Orange.
Oh.
Anaheim. Yeah.
First thing I see is the rust. You know, the rusted steel.
Okay. Yeah, this has been a project for a while from another person.
Okay.
I'm lucky that Dean was willing to even take over, and yeah.
You know, I've got warping of the form.
Okay.
So when he pours it, I'm not going to get a real straight edge.
Okay. Yeah.
And here, you have what's called a mitered corner.
Yes. Uh-huh.
You know what that is, right?
Uh-huh.
And here, you would want to have a mitered corner as well.
Got it.
Here.
And he just has a straight one.
Right. This form isn't level with the top of this.
Okay.
So, when you have an unlevel surface, you tend to get cracks.
Got it.
So.
Oh, so the seat could crack.
Important concrete cracks.
Right. Eggs. Right.
That you can't stop.
Sure.
I don't care how much expansion you put in.
Sure.
It still moves.
Sure.
You know, we would have put that form level with this. It's nitpicky, but when I'm stepping in on somebody else's stuff,
I understand.
And for the,
sure,
you know, $3,500 I'm going to charge you to do it.
Right.
It's not worth the grief for me.
Right. Right.
The other thing out front.
So if you did, you would reform it. No, or just you just.
This is okay. They just did this. I'd reform the stuff in the back.
Okay.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, and I fill those walls first because they need to fill the walls first before the pouring place.
Correct.
Because on the blocks, later the cement sinks down, so you see a little.
Well, and the city did tell me, the inspector was very nice, and he said just stick some rebar in the front, fill the pilasters, I have to fill them with concrete, and then pour the cap. Yeah, these caps have become kind of like the caps from hell, I think, but that's okay.
Well,
yeah. I mean.
So you already went down a path with somebody? I mean, he's already got his lights in?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yes.
I don't know what he's doing.
Right.
This all needs to be filled in.
Right.
And solid before you do your cap.
Oh, so he's going to end up...
It drives at a different rate, and then you're going to see... You're going to see where that was.
So he would pour that first, and he should let that sit for a while until
just a day.
Right.
You see, same thing over there. So you'd fill these.
Right, and then even the pilaster, because it's not going to sit the same.
Or, again, I don't know what his design was. Sometimes you pour these with a piece of Wonderboard so you can remove this cap.
Oh.
Okay.
I've been asking that, Scott, for 1.5 years.
So sometimes you do that.
I know. That's what I've been requesting. How hard is that, right? You make it removable?
If I pour this, see all these little holes?
Yeah.
All my concrete goes down in those little holes.
I kind of wondered about that, too.
So.
Yeah.
Then the next thing is, whenever I do lighting, I want to be able to get to it later if I have a problem with my lighting, correct?
You'd think, right? Well, the city did say that I had to pour concrete in here.
Yes, well they do. I mean, they're supposed to be solid.
Right.
But normally what we'll do is we'll set a box, something to where we can pull the lights in and out.
Right.
And we'll usually pull the lights in after we've poured everything.
Right. Well, these are supposed to be set underneath. Oh, but you're still saying that the cap would go underneath. You'd put a trough.
I don't know, how he's going to do it.
Right.
And I'm not saying it's wrong.
Sure.
Maybe he's done something I've never done.
Sure.
But in 40 years of doing this, I've never done it that way. But that doesn't mean today I'll learn something new. Right. But that being said...
Well, you know who pulled the low voltage wires through? My 12-year-old and me. And my son's friend.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, that was,
So...
Okay.
If you ever have to replace this, something goes wrong with this...
I'm sunk.
And you've got concrete poured on top of this, you just cut and abandon the light. Right?
I just what?
You have to abandon the light.
I have to abandon the light because it's poured in there.
You can change the LED. This is designed to be changed out. And this plate is normally set, but you set it to where the pipe comes up and you can remove this wire this wire goes out
Right.
into some
Right.
the landscape area.
Sure.
So this has a long cord on it. So I pour all this. I have a pipe sticking out.
Right. Right.
I slide my wires through.
Sure.
And then I use waterproof connectors, not wire nuts with tape.
I bought all kinds of wire nuts. Ugh.
But these should be waterproof.
Yes.
And the connection should not be in here, it should be out there. You follow me?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it needs to be hooked up.
No.
And it needs to be wired on the other side. Yes, I know exactly what. Yes.
You should be able to take this light with a wire attached to it.
Yes.
Feed the wire through the pipe.
Right.
And do all your connections out here.
That way, if you have a problem, you can fix it.
Your failure is going to be at your connection.
Yeah.
So.
Why are they connecting it in the box?
If everything's connected in here and you fill it with concrete.
Yeah.
And I pour the cap. Yeah. And then a week from now that light doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. What am I going to do? Because they're connecting it here. They're going to do it here.
That connection needs to be.
Okay, well, the reason that I think this is here is because, and I ran 2 wires for this specific reason. So one could be here and one could be there. That's why I did this, right? I brought it through this way. One light is going to go here, and it's going to light this. The other one is going to be bumped out as far as possible to light that weir, right? So that's why they probably did this.
Which works if you have a removable cap, and you can get to those connections.
Where were you a year and a half ago?
On 120 other jobs.
Oh my goodness.
No,
okay.
You needed me and him a year ago.
I needed you guys 3 years ago.
Okay,
yeah, I do. I do.
And I'm bringing this stuff up. So when you ask me, hey, are you willing to pour this for $3,000?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Not really.
Right.
Because I
well, no, I wasn't asking. I didn't even ask for a certain amount.
No,
I was just asking what do you pay?
I had to go to a job in Newport Beach not too long ago and completely disassemble a water feature because someone did it exactly the way this is done. And a month after they spent $100-some thousand, the light didn't work.
Right.
What do? I went and looked at it and I said, well, normally I would just I'd unscrew these 2 screws.
Right.
I'd pull this whole bar see this wire? It's part of the bar. It's not part of the.
Right.
See this? These 2 screws come out. I should be able to pull this out and pull that whole wire out.
You disconnect this. You don't pull this through the conduit. You just pull that through.
Pull this through the conduit.
Right.
But this is independent of this.
Right.
So you can set this, then you have a conduit that you can access.
And you can change out your wire and reattach this, which is a decent fixture, but you can get to it because your cap's not attached.
Right. Now I can pour it solid as long as all my connections are out here.
Right.
But if all my connections are in here and I pour it solid,
you can't get to it because you got this stuff.
Right.
Well, and I actually, like I said, that's why I pulled two cords through. I pulled one for this and one for that.
Which is fine.
It still doesn't work.
It still doesn't work.
What you should be doing is this pipe here.
Right.
You should have 2 pipes here. One pipe's coming.
We're past that.
In what I wait.
Right. That was a different guy. He went to jail. So, yeah.
And then another pipe is coming right here.
Right. So
the way Scott's talking about is just you have the pipe here. You can remove the light, leave the bracket here, and pull the wire.
You would add more conduit. You'd split the conduit.
You have to go all the way to here.
From here, you do 2 runs of conduit. From here, have one conduit there and one conduit there, so you can have that concrete but get to it.
Okay, the way it's set up right now, you got it all stone and everything.
Right.
I'd have to put a junction box here.
Okay.
And make this cap removable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I pour this. I'd have a waterproof box that sits on top of all this.
Right.
And then I have a conduit that comes from there out to each one of these lights.
Right. So they really haven't done it. And this is supposed to be somebody that does Vista lighting, and they're supposed to be good.
Well, I just asked them a question. If I have a problem with the light, how are you going to replace it? If there's a problem with this wire, how do you intend to replace it?
Right.
Again, I learn stuff new every day.
Sure.
And I'm not going to put anybody down because I don't know.
But you just went and tried, and then you're having to rip up all their work.
In my experience.
And how much is it to fix this thing in Newport Beach that was done just like this?
Just the custom cap that was literally custom made for that water feature.
A month ago,
was $6,000 just for the cap. There's no way of just, hey, could you just cut it and pull it off? No.
Right.
You
It's
strip
gotta be
it
ripped off, right?
You pull the new lights in.
Yeah.
You know, it was like $12,000 repair. You know, I think originally they only paid $6,000 for the whole water feature.
Oh my gosh, right.
You know, and I have to be the one going, hi.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So,
okay, so if you or
the
me...
workmanship on the stone is pretty.
Okay.
They did a nice job on the house.
Okay. Yes.
And
It's okay.
if he can satisfy you, how he would...
I am concerned about this because every light I have works for a month and I'm not interested in that.
You're not the only one.
Right. I know.
We've installed... He and I have been together 30 years.